Will, are you nervous?
I'm not nervous really, but I'm like more excited, you know, just to have the platform tonight and just be able to talk to the students, you know, be able to motivate them, speak to them about God, our experience. So I'm very excited, you know. I got the best partner in the world behind the camera.
Me?
So that's my baby back there. So I'm just ready to get the show going, you know. God is amazing. I know He's gonna get us through this situation. So thank you, guys. Baby.
Yes.
We are here.
Yes, we are here, guys. Am I nervous? Half. But do I think that it's gonna be okay? Yes, because I know God's gonna be with us today. And you know, it's like maybe everyone will not know who God is, or maybe some people will know who God is, but we can't leave God out of anything. So that's our main mission. No matter how, you know, we feel or how they feel, we have to put what we believe in out there.
Amen.
Hello, everybody.
How's everybody doing? Good. Great to see everybody out tonight. You know, thank you for coming out to support. Got more. Thank you for coming out and supporting us. You know, the whole move and everything we're doing. My name is Will&Dom, but everybody calls me Will.
My name is Dominique Harper, but everybody calls me Dom, and that's how we got our YouTube channel called Will&Dom.
So, you know, we'd like to say thank you to the Men of Excellence for just allowing us to come to Kean University today and just giving us the platform to speak and to encourage, you know, young people who want to actually go out there and find themselves and, you know, find their purpose in life. And, you know, it's just a great thing to see, you know, people come together and try to be the best that they can be. So we just really appreciate that and want to say thank you.
Yes, and before we start, we'd just like to send our condolences out to you guys, because, you know, we know that you lost somebody, and we know how hard it is, because we know we lost a lot of people as well, our high school friends and, you know, people in college, you know. So we just send our love and support to you guys.
So we want to give a little background about our story, about, you know, how we started. First, it started at the mind, you know. Whatever you think, whatever you process in your mind, whatever you tell yourself on a daily basis. You know, I used to look at myself in the mirror and say, man, I'm nothing but a failure, because that's all that kept happening to me. Every single time, you know, life would take its course, I seen everything just happening bad. So I never really believed in myself, you know. I would just take what people told me about myself and just allow that to govern my actions and everything. And it carried on to my posture. It carried on to how, you know, I carried myself. I just always looked down on myself, but never really looked up to myself as a person who can become great.
With me, growing up, I was very insecure. Like, mentally, I was gone. Like, I always wanted to, you know, take other people's opinion and like mold myself according to other people's opinion. I grew up like thinking like, okay, I gotta be fit, I gotta be the prettiest, my hair gotta be long, and all this stuff that affected my mental, and all this stuff that made me physically change for other people and to fit in. And then, like, once I started to grasp the fact that, listen, I have to work so hard to please other people. Like, I have to work so hard, you know, and you know, give myself up, you know, in order to please the next person or the friends that was in my circle. So it's like, mentally, like, I wasn't stable. Like, I had gotten to doing a lot of drugs. I was drinking, partying, doing anything you can think of. That was me. And it's like, it took me a mental change, like, to see the importance in myself, to be like, yo, Dom, like, you gotta do the right thing. Like, you gotta be positive. You gotta put more positivity into yourself in order to give positivity. So it's like a shift in me changed. Like, I started to see myself, you know, like, oh wow, like, you gotta match how you look on the outside and the inside. like, I was very mean, I had a bad attitude, I was just like, you know, one of those girls. So it was like when I mentally changed my vision on life, and I was like, you gotta impact people. Like, what can you do to look at people, for people to look at you and be like, wow, like, she impacts. And that's where I just started to like see myself in a different way. Like, I started to be like, you know what, why please other people when other people is never going to see everything that you want them to see in you. So when I met Will, we just came up with like, let's start a YouTube channel. Like, we're a celibate couple. We don't have sex. We've been together for 2 years. We're waiting for marriage, so that's like our whole thing is respect your temple. So this is the body that God has given us, and we have to respect it. And for my ladies out there, you don't have to give up anything that you don't want to give up for a man to love you, because I got him for 2 years. I had to give him. So that's just like the first part. So mentally, you gotta always remain mentally strong in order to want to make an impact in this world.
That's very true. And before we did the whole YouTube thing, you gotta understand that fear is the ultimate dream killer. Like, when I first wanted to start, I ended up just purchasing a camera, and I said, you know what? Let me start documenting my life and just showing people out there, help young brothers out there, you know, young sisters out there, you know, because now you see, I'm even scared to turn on the news because you see so much thing that's going on in the community. People are sitting there looking, you know, for a role model, and we end up looking to the wrong people for a role model. You know, we see what's going on in the streets and the community and how it's hurting and affecting us because we're all being taught the wrong way. We're all, you know, looking for guidance because we don't have that guidance at home. So it's scary. So I said, you know what? Let me purchase a camera. Let me try to give back to my community. Let me try to make a stronger impact. You know, God gave me an amazing partner. Like, being with Dominique, we accomplished so much together. It's like we try to be the spokesperson for the youth and to try to help as many as we can. So I brought the camera and then I asked her, I was like, baby, how do you feel about making YouTube videos?
At first I was not into it. Sorry guys. At first I was not into it. I was like, I don't really want to be in front of a camera. I don't want people to know our business. I don't want people to see when we argue, when we fight, when I don't have no makeup on, hair done, none of that. So he was just like, Dom, like, I believe like God has given me a vision to do this thing. And so we started it. And in 5 months, we got over 1,000 subscribers, and our videos are hitting 3,000 views, and it's just like taking off really fast. And we got invited here. We are doing 2 other radio shows. It's just like when you really follow that the purpose that God has for you, things start to move fast on the level that God is bringing you on. So it's like we looking at each other like we just started with 1 video. So it's like, wow, like God really just moved everything for us just because we said yes, you know? So
it's always, you know, that's what God kept telling me, trust him, believe in him, you know. The enemy's gonna come to try to deter you from what I want you to do, but just allow me to, you know, guide your footsteps, to be there for you, you know. Come to me when you need somebody to talk to. Stop going to your friends. Your friends are gonna, you know, tell you wrong things like, hey, I think that's a dumb idea. You know, we did get that. I got that a lot. They told me, why are you starting this? You know, nobody cares about that right now. The world likes more of the negativity, so he's trying to spend a positive message. You know, people try to bring you down, but you have to believe in yourself, believe in God, believe in the vision that he's given to you. Do not let nobody come into your life and be a dream killer. Believe in, you know, yourself. That's what's most important, because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. You know, when you believe in yourself, you speak a certain way, you carry yourself a certain way, you know, your posture is a whole different type of way, because you believe in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, you're mopey. Anybody can mislead you. They could come in your mind and just bang you and tell you go this way and go that way, and you just listen. So it's just important to just make sure, like, you just look at yourself in a whole different light.
Yeah, so the next point is physical. Will, before I met him 8 years ago, and like we was like kind of like doing the right thing but not doing the right thing. So he was an alcoholic, and you know, he struggled with that, and I struggled with smoking weed, and a couple of other stuff too. Like I did drink, you know, I'm not a virgin, you know, I didn't grow up, you know, being all, you know, saved and sanctified and stuff like that. But when I met Will, you know, I started to value myself. So I physically started to change the way I acted, started to change the way I talked. I stopped listening to certain music. I completely stopped going to clubs. I completely stopped drinking. And one day, I can tell you this, I was in my room and I was smoking a blunt. And I was like really high. And I said to myself like, yo, I can't do this anymore. Like I felt myself losing my life. Like when you get high every day, it's like you feel stuck. You feel stuck like, yo, like you feel good, but you know that mentally you're stuck. So I was like, I don't want to do this no more. So literally I just took the blunt and I ripped it in half and I threw it in the toilet. I had a stash, I threw that in the toilet, and since that day I've never smoked. And since that day I've been so successful in everything that I have put my mind to, because you know, like I wanted to be more than, you know, just that chick, you know, that look good in the dress and, you know, go to clubs and, you know, try to be in that vision of just the baddest one. Like I wanted people to look at my mind and like, you know, say like, wow, what she's saying is important. What she's saying is something to follow. I wanted to be a leader instead of a follower. So it physically changed me, and it just made me a better person to give up what I desired for what God desired.
And I was an alcoholic for 12 years. I started when I was 14 and I stopped when I was 26. You know, it just became something that I knew was tearing me up from the inside. You know, my mother was right there for me. She prayed. She'll wake up every morning at 5 in the morning and pray for her kids and keep praying and praying and praying. I remember one time, a part of my life where I didn't go to church for like 4 years, and she would be praying in the house, and I would try so hard to stop hearing her prayers. I would put the pillow over my head and just be like, Mom, like, be quiet. Why are you praying for? But if it wasn't for my mother's prayers, you know, I would not be delivered from alcohol. You know, it took 12 years, but God had delivered me from it. You know? And that was something that was big for me, because alcohol is a generational curse in my family. You know, everybody likes to drink, and I said, you know what, it stops right here. Like, no more, devil. You know, you're not gonna come in my life and keep putting this substances in my body. Physically, I'm gonna grow. Mentally, I'm gonna grow. You know, because I just believe in God. I believe that He's gonna take me farther. He came to me in a dream. He said, Will, if you want me to use you, what I need you to do is put down the Bible. I need you to be sober. I need you to be vigilant. You know, when you're walking around, blabbing around, when you're drunk, I can't use you. So finally, in my life, I chose God. And from there, things started shifting. You know, things started maneuvering. So I just like to thank God for that. You know, like, if it wasn't for Him, I don't know where I would be in my life right now.
The next point is, well, just because we're spiritual, I already know that we are here because God placed us here. But we just want to encourage you guys that we know everything that's going on in the world right now. We know all that you're dealing with because we were your age. And we know that it's so hard to stand on your 2 feet and not think about how other people perceive you. We know that it's hard to walk through this life without thinking like, gosh, am I doing better? Am I doing good? Like, am I not good enough? A lot of us feel like we're not good enough. A lot of us feel like the things that we feel inside, the dreams and the visions that we have is not obtainable, but it is obtainable because you just have to believe that you can do it. Like, I just want to ask you guys, how many of you guys have a dream? How many of you guys thought of something that since a child you wanted to do, but you didn't think that you could do it? Just raise your hand. You see? And how much have you done to obtain that dream? A little bit? None? A little bit? A little. All right, so some of us is a lot, some of us is a little. Think about how effective you would be if you put all the energy that you have in doing the other things that's not getting you anywhere. Think about how effective you would be if you put all that energy into what you feel like your purpose is. then look it up. You can be up here doing whatever you want to do. Like, you have to think mentally, like, I can do this, you know? There's something inside of me that's bigger and better than what I can imagine, and all I have to do is start and at my dream and make it come true. So right now, we are living our dreams. We thank you guys for listening to us. We thank you guys for coming out and supporting us. Just pray for us, and we'll definitely pray for you. And like you said, we send our love out, you know, just for you guys, because we know you lost somebody. And just thank you so much for listening.
So much.